Namaste, oh beautiful souls. I'm truly so grateful being here and making this video. I was really eager to coming home and do this because, wow, um, so who been following or listening me, I signed up for these events, uh, some very beautiful souls traveling around a world and right now in United States and giving some kind of teaching, lecture, preaching, whoever you want to call when you receive teaching spiritually. I cannot really say for it's preaching or teaching or lecture because we really see what we really want to see and we really receive what we want to receive, what we believe. And then, so I'm just so in love with everything. I've been feeling this for last few months, and I know is always going to be sometimes something bring me out from balance because we are human and people around us and we label them and we labeled ourselves. But like how I said yesterday, you really see and hear what you want, you know, or what you don't want, because when you're thinking something you don't want, that's what you're gonna get all the time because you're just giving out that and so I go into this event because I say to have an open heart because I just want this unconditional love what Buddha and Jesus and all the other prophets for all the other believe, you know, religion or what people calling them have in their heart, because all of those people that only have unconditional love from everyone, including from themselves too. They don't love themselves more or less than other people. They equally love themselves, how they equally loved everyone. And actually that's really was Buddha's teaching too. I know a little bit because I studied, and I didn't really study or read anything else from any other spiritual leaders. I don't know why, but lately I've been knowing since I really focused on for my spiritual growth, but I don't really understand in the beginning what is that, because everybody say the spiritual leader and things because they're doing healing or doing some kind of, I mean, they're doing healing but using different kind of instruments or different kind of techniques, you know, and then that's a spiritual path. And then I didn't know, and so I don't want I already know that I don't want to put label on myself, you know. I don't want to label anybody. And then when I started uh, really not learning, but because people, we already have our gift. We are our own healers. we sometimes just need a other person who help us and guide us because we don't really know how. So they're using their vessel, their body, because they're able to go into a state of mind, then able to be balanced, and they're not getting disturbed for external things. But they're going through ups and downs, you know. And so I will start doing, for Reiki healing, because I've been doing that since I'm a little girl, but I didn't know it was calling Reiki healing, and I never got certificate for back then, because people around in Europe, like, they're on sad, maybe because it's communism was, and then so all the spiritual things and religion was total banned. So nobody really, just people know, oh, this person know these things, and this person could hear you, but they hear you because you believe. You believe one way or the other way in yourself. Because, and of course you believe other person too, for that have their things, but the both have to be combined, and the both have to be in a similar frequency or the same frequency, or to is happen. Because somebody could have many people, but then one person say, oh, it's not true, because that person didn't believe in anything. So when you don't believe in anything, and especially you don't believe in yourself, it's really gonna be challenging for heal yourself. And I know that because I've been there. My way was just like, I really don't believe in a Western medicine, because somehow every time I got to the doctor or the hospital, everything could go wrong, went wrong with me. And I didn't even recognize it because I was so young. But then they told the story, my grandmother and neighbors and yeah, unfortunately I never got any story from my parents. And then so like I was really not looking forward for going to doctors, because I feared they're unable to help me, that somehow they make my situation worse. And now I understand why. It's not just because it's me, but I mean, yes, it is me, but not necessarily for my exactly just how I believe, is because they don't understand. And I apologize. I don't want to hurt anybody feeling who are a doctor or some kind of doctors, they don't understand really how the human body work, because we can not, or it's very challenging healing a physical manifestation when you didn't work with the whole beautiful energy, because the physical manifestation comes from energy, and the energy is big. And then so my energy was so disrupted, so that just make it worse. Because you really need to see where is that pain coming to you, and not immediately just give a painkiller, because that's not going to solve your problem. Actually, it's going to create a lot of problem. But so going back, I went to the event yesterday, and yesterday was really long. We didn't get finished till 11 o'clock at night time. So not a 90 minutes service that usually people going to spiritual places. And it's so, I don't know how to say, funny or strange or weird or I don't know what, but when I was studying Buddhism, and I was really didn't, I went in the beginning because that's how I started it, just for the hour or 15 minutes, not maximum 90 minutes kind of service. And I always felt it's not enough. I wanted more and more. So then I signed up for being a teacher. So I gonna learn really deeper. And that's when I loved. I love sitting there for 4, I don't even want to take a break. I don't know if you are kind of healthy or managing yourself and doing certain things, but I'm very blessed because somehow my guides always guiding me, like basic simple things, so I don't have to go out for every 30 minutes for use a bathroom or whatever reason. And I guess I have that kind of discipline. I able to really just shut off my phone, leave my phone in the car or something, and not being on the phone. I don't want to be mean, but nobody is a king of our word. So life is gonna keep moving on because you don't answer your phone for an hour. And I always I'm sorry, I'm getting so passionate that I wanna give you love and light, but sometimes I'm gonna have to tell you just really how I see things and how I feel, and now it's just really showing me is really work for me. So I'm not telling you have to do this, but I'm telling things for think into it. Because I always tell, because people sometimes complain for your phone is not on a thing. I say, listen, if somebody die, that news can wait. And what can I do? I cannot bring back to life. I'm not a doctor. If it's an emergency, call a 911. And they're gonna help you. When you're in a car accident, why are first things? You call your family, call an ambulance, and then call up your lawyer, and call up a right person who know what to need to be do and have to be done. Not your family who didn't have, if your family member have an education of that, yes. But not every family have a doctor and a lawyer. So I'm sorry. I don't want to be so tense, but I just there yesterday and I'm listening this preaching, and only words I was healing for love, love, love. But that things is have to come in the first place from our heart. Because not so matter how much or how somebody love you outside of you, you're not going to be happy. That's not gonna make you love. You have to put the effort in to yourself, to you love yourself and believe in yourself. It is so simple, and it is difficult or hard for you for do that. It's this simple for achieve it, because just go outside to nature and just think of and look at around. For Mother Nature only created beautiful things, only for supporting us, nurturing us, and teaching us for how we can be a best version of ourselves. Because that's what we need to do. with yourself when you home alone. When you home alone. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I lay down and I watch some love story or some interesting story from nature or space or whatever. But not my things for doing band. I watch one episode. Sometimes I start the second one, and in halfway or a quarter I stop them because I say, oh, I don't know, I just want to go out and do something, or some idea come to my mind and create, because that's the things. I mean, everything around is here for motivating us for create. And so that's what's happening with me. I know I need to go to all the places, not no matter what. Have to have an open mind, to able to open my heart. Because if I don't open my mind and without putting on labels or judging or whatever words you want to use to things and people, I don't know how I'm going to open my heart. And even to myself, because I grown up, and I don't like to talk about, because I don't want to talk about, I want to talk about a beautiful way, because I see them for how blessing is that. It was really true blessing for I grown up that way. Even my parents didn't know, and even I didn't know that time, but I was still so blessed because come here and I was just really have that blessing for I really forget everything, but even I forget for how, I mean, I don't have any memory how I grown up, and that's a little bit messed me up when I got older and things, people start telling me and then start making sense, and then wow, just so yeah. I want to end my life because I could not imagine for living my life for I have to prove every single person for I'm a good person. Because they labeled me based on from where I coming from, what my parents did and how they live. And the moment I born, I just got this big sign put on me and kind of make very I was very lonely. I didn't get jealous, but when I looked at other kids, my heart was really tight because I want to play with them. But nobody ever. I went over there and just run away immediately. They don't even acknowledge me for words. I mean, I never, I luckily, I guess, I never got that kind of bullying, for physically or verbally, but my heart, just like everybody really kept a really, really big distance of me. And then I was just keep telling myself, I'm not that person who they're thinking I am. And I don't even know what that was thinking too when I was like 18 years old, And so anyway, now, and this happened actually, because, I was always thinking, it happened in Sunday evening when I really got a full experience with everything for how I am everything in every time. I don't know how to phrase that right now in English because I'm just so excited, and I'm a little bit nervous for hopefully people or you guys going to understand or able to take out some peace and start thinking about that. But like in one day we have a teaching in Buddhism, and then this teacher told us, for just imagine us, for everybody's Buddha around you and all the Buddhas here to help you so you can be Buddha, and then so, okay, so that's my project, that's my work. I'm gonna see everybody as Buddha, because everybody, most of people love Buddha or Jesus. So for me it was like not necessarily Buddha, because I was always thinking it for, I used to tell actually someone, because I was so desperate to want everybody like that person, and I always tell that person that was Jesus, and not everybody loved Jesus, so you cannot have that kind of pressure on you. So for me, I was always thinking for, okay, if you don't believe in Buddhism, okay, so you are Jesus Christ, you're Jesus for me, and you're here for helping me, But I didn't really understand even how to go inward and what I need to. I was just so lost, But at least I said, okay, I just gonna thinking that, and then sometimes it's a little bit backfired, because I guess I go overboard, and then somebody didn't really like me, and then I was thinking, okay, you are Buddha and you just really texting me, so test, give me a test for how loving I can be or something. So I just really start being more patient with that person, be more kind. I make sure my voice, even when I was passionate, I'm not, because I know a lot of people, when I'm getting passionate, my voice is scary, so it's gonna start not irritating to them. And I'm a gentle and tender I can be. The person just got upset, just more upset with me, more just like day and night. And so I was just like, okay, I don't know what I do, I don't know. So I said, okay, I just walk away, and then I just like, okay, that's it, So yeah, I really went through a very, very bumpy roads with a lot of mountains, and you cannot get around on the mountains. You really, really have to climb the mountains. There is no other way. You cannot do shortcut. You do a shortcut, that thing's gonna come back and come back and come back and come back again. And then you thinking, what's going on? Why is happening? Because there is no shortcut. You need to forgive yourself. Didn't matter what you did or didn't do. You need to forgive, because I forgive right now, because now on this point on, I really going to be loving, and I'm gonna be mindful, not putting on and not judging people and not labeling anything around me. And so that's why, so I went to this service, and I went over there for not really receiving miracle, because that's as a festival, and that's calling for Festival of Miracles. That's the name. You can search it up, and I'm not advertising anyone. And so I really went over there to be open-minded. Oh, I forget something. But I don't forget because I already called up my angels and guardians. But just for you guys, I'm so excited. I'm so sorry. So, all love and light, all divine being, Christ consciousness and Buddha consciousness already heal, and all the other energy but not serving our highest best dissolve, given to Mother Earth for her use. So there you go. Oh, so going back, and so I was sitting over there and not thinking about myself at all. And all the way, son, I see I am everyone and everything over there. I am that I am. And I start seeing for how I'm healing with every part. I mean, it was not so matter it was a little person or a grown. It was, I am that I am. And that's when I started crying because it was so joyful. It was so beautiful. And that's when I really 100% feared, okay, I really forgive everything to myself because I never feared I hold anything against anyone. Not no matter how a situation ended. I was still praying. I was always wishing there's something come true for them that what really want and then be happy. But somehow, I don't know, a lot of things I couldn't forgive. I always feared. And even a few months ago, I feared like I'm causing all the problems, but I didn't understand how I'm causing all the problems. I just always feared I always saying wrong things for the wrong people, and everybody just got so snappy and angry at me, even just the simple things. I want to ask somebody for take a picture of me, and that person just went on crazy on me. I cannot even describe. And of course, I was crying, and then I was saying, but I didn't realize, must be something I set her up before. And I was just in that time when, she was just didn't want to have anybody around, and there is this woman popping up and then about herself wanna take a picture, and then that's when really kind of make very, very strong clarity for me. I don't want to be a person for my problem, give it to someone, and that person carry my unbalanced energy, So I say, okay, I'd be much more mindful and thoughtful, and then I just really gonna be in a moment. And afterwards, I didn't ask people, but you know what happened? Somehow people come to me and say, oh, I take a picture if you like. And then I say, okay, thank you. So you see, things just start happening. I don't needed to ask anyone afterwards, And then I got my pictures because I went to a place and I always kind of really, really, actually it's not really, I don't know how true it's not, because when I was in school, I remember I was very, very fascinated with that culture. And I just loved everything about everything. Egyptians with the pharaohs and the special cats. I just love cats. And I was just so into and I clearly remember when seeing pictures and have a drawing for how building things, and I just know that's not how they build it. I don't know how back then, but I just knew. But I always get my mouth shut because I always got trouble because everybody say, I don't know, you just think that. And yeah, that's like really, I mean, I know I got a lot of trouble with my my father. But that's meant to be. They're meant to be. There needed to be me for be just sitting in the background and observing things and not reacting to things, but really challenging to learn. Really challenging to learn. Because they're not, not really focusing on for having achieving that kind of stuff or that kind of skill, because that's a skill. That's a very intelligent skill when you are observing and not reacting. Yeah, that's a very high skill. So anyway, and so I just see for how every little part of me healing for watching other people around me, because I realize I am that I am. And then I just, and I say that's I want. That's a miracle I want. That's a miracle I want for my heart be open for that love what Jesus and Buddhas and all the prophets and all the divine beings have for, loving, everyone. It's just beautiful. It's the most amazing things. That's a true miracle. That's a true miracle. One and the latter is, it could be a miracle. When you're gonna use that for sewing beautiful things, for create, for highest best from everyone, I said, oh, I want to win in a lottery. But I said, okay, really, how much money I want? Where I want to spend that? I want to have money because I know I want to use it. And now I know I'm gonna have a perfect guiding when I'm gonna have that money. I'm gonna have a perfect guiding for where I going to benefit, and so that to benefit all beings for the highest best, and so that's a miracle I'm waiting for. But it's not a miracle. I have to make effort for it every day, every moment. I really have to love myself, not no matter what. Even if I getting a little frustrated or mad at even my kitty, because I love him. He's sleeping right now. Or even with our kids, or and not anymore, because I understand, but I know they don't understand, and they don't understand how I can say that kind of things, what I'm saying, and they take it as a very hurtful things, and I tell them, okay, I understand, so I'm step away, but everything is open. You can call me, you can email, text, whenever, I don't block myself. I'm open for everything. I don't have anything to hide. I don't definitely, Instagram, I don't follow people who have a privacy up. You created something privacy. I don't know. I mean, I have kids too. I don't never put privacy on, you know. I don't have anything to hide. I live a life, but I create them for being secure. And things we cannot avoid, things going to happen because we designed that way. And if you protect somebody for nothing to happen, how gonna learn love and how gonna create their own beautiful magical life? You know, my job is with my kids for opening doors and windows and their choice for walk through it and and do a experience, but not for putting doubt. Open a door and then I'm not gonna say okay and then start saying doubts, because it's not gonna work out because it never worked out for me. You cannot say that. That's I was always upset when people, no, don't put doubt other people's mind. That's the worst things you can do. That's the worst things you can do. So anyway, I'm again getting a little bit too long, and I might just going to do. I'm gonna do a little magical crystals because a sand is we opening our own portals to going and receiving things. So, but please, every day make effort to love yourself, to love yourself a way where is the highest and best. So for eating chocolates once a while is great, enjoy it, but not every day. That's not gonna lead you for a highest best. That's just gonna create a bunch of problem or anything. So food is not the answer. And no, nothing is the answer. You really need to. Yeah, I know. I go into sand, a broken record, even to my own kids too. Because I say, just meditate for 5 minutes. Just sit with yourself and go inside and feel what you feel, and look at where is this feeling coming from. Where is this feeling coming from? And make peace. Not just make peace with that, but that is great because that's going to teach me something. You might gonna be lucky, and after a few days, you might have to work harder a couple of weeks or whatever. It's really how honest to yourself. I mean, you cannot lie to yourself. You cannot lie. So find a place. I mean, if you have a big family or something, if you have to make a white lie, I say, oh, I need to go somewhere for, need to take gas or something. Everybody always need to take gas. That's a simple, and you're not lying because actually you're going and take gas, fill up your car, but then take an extra 5 minutes for drive somewhere and sit in a car and turn your phone off or cover it or something or get out from it. So if you can write it down and burn the paper or say it out loud, and when a bird fly, tell the bird for thank you for taking away from me that whatever was that. That's I do it all the time. I love birds and butterflies. I mean, I have my beautiful magical fairies around me. And you're gonna see them too. You're gonna see them too. And that's why I was so excited for coming home, because I realized every moment in a car how protected I am and how much they watch out. I mean, I was going and nobody in front of me. I mean, like, thank God. And I just stopped on my brake. And guess what? In a second later, this car just pulled out from other lane in front of me and then just go. And I was laughing. I say, wow, thank you so much. Because I know for my intuition, because I'm so in love with myself and I'm so in love with everything that always everything is in the right time. Everything. Even the things what you don't prefer is a right time, because there is a teaching as something you need to learn because you didn't perfect it. And that's why we're here. And I have those moments too, because I'm not perfect. But I trying to be close as possible, but not with force, with love. So I don't know where I read this somewhere for love is heard or something, and I no, love is not painful. Love is beautiful. Even you feel somebody leave you, somebody left you, or somebody passed away. That person accomplished why they came here. And your work is for just have the beautiful memory and rejoice on that memory for how much beautiful time you spent together. Because, if you heal and watching at me after love and light, we came here, we using this body just temporarily. We shed this body sooner or later. Yes, somebody shed it very early, somebody shed it very late, but we are. And so you say, oh my God, I have so much attachment, because whatever the person passed away or moved or left is a new opportunity for new things coming into your life, or cherish for, wow, that person teach me so much. Like my grandma, I wish I have much more memory and I recall, but now I know my memories and things in my dream. And this happened last night, and that's all. Oh my God. So miracles is happening in my heart. Because I see myself as a little girl, and like, wow, my grandma really teach me a lot of things, and now I understand why people, when they met me, especially in the United States, everybody say, are you Buddhist? Are you Buddhist? But it came from because of my grandma, because how she spoke to me. And then I always tell people, I wish I can be like her, because I never heard ever once, I cannot recall, she said any negative things about anyone. And I want to be like that. I want to be like that, because Buddha was like that, Jesus was like that, Muhammad, all those holy beings like that. So that's a miracle I'm waiting for. So I'm gonna play just a few minutes to set you up. to go inward and see all the little beautiful things inside of you, for how magical you are, and just forgive everything because it's past, it's over. Just look at the next step. Don't look so far away. Don't look. Yeah, you have your goal, but just look at a next step, a next step. You don't need to see the whole yellow big road. Just one step, just one yellow brick, just one yellow brick. You know? And gently walk on that. And it's gonna take you to what you most desire. But I'm pretty sure everyone desire being loved. Not no matter how much money you have or how much money you don't have. Everybody wanna have love. Everybody wanna feel loved. But it have to start with you. So we're gonna create some beautiful, beautiful love for ourselves. Oops. Yeah, that's happened. So I should take them off, but I love to wear, because this is actually my walkie-talkie to my guides, my crystals. You should have a crystal. You should get a little crystal and give it to someone for this holiday season, you know? And just search into it. Do your little homework for how you sit with and meditate and hold it in your head, and how you cleanse the energy, because actually these crystals taking you is balancing, helping with your unbalanced energy. And then, you know, at least once a week you smudge them or put them in a ground or put them on a beautiful Himalayan salt or put them next to a running water for takeaway for the unbalanced energy. And then, yeah, you have to believe in something to start, you know. And what the most beautiful things believe in than yourself, you know. That's how everything going to happen, and everything gonna make it possible when you believe. When you believe in your kids, you believe in so many things. Why you don't believe in yourself? You are a magical being. So close your beautiful eye. Take a couple of beautiful breaths. Deep and release slowly. And go inward, go into your heart and feel that little sparkle, that little light, that little love over there. And then start thinking for every breath you take is light up that little sparkle. Think all the beautiful things, how you make other people feel happy and appreciate you. All the little things, just opening a door or just saying thank you, I'm so grateful. Just give a little smile. Yeah, you should one thing every morning, look at the mirror and smile and tell yourself